She's like, you mean like this? And just like kind of create those kind of plans for yourself, and then just like have fun with it. Like for me, when I do it, I'm like, let's see, you know, and it's more of a game for me, which I probably projects to the horse too, is where I'm having fun. I'm enjoying trying to figure out if I can get you to do this. So maybe if you come up with something that's kind of clever for yourself, and then you accomplish it, it'll like spark a, ooh, let's see what else I can do. Yeah. What was it? Was I standing on the barrels trying to get him to do the barrel game?
I didn't watch that yet.
Oh, okay.
There was just the title of it.
Oh, okay. Because I don't remember if I did that with him. I did it with Ritz at Liberty. So like he was running around being an idiot, and I smacked the barrel like, I think I said ho or wait or something, and all of a sudden, and I'm like, all right, now come here. And he came and did it, but the barrel game would be good fun for her. Just find. Yeah. I did that with Hunter and Matthias too. She's tall, so you'd have to. Hunter and Matthias did it without needing to be riding horses, but you stand on the barrels and she'll go under you. Yeah. And the trick is, I learned after being on wobbly barrels, if you flip them upside down on their rim that's not rounded, they don't rock as bad. But most of my videos, I'm on the ones where the rounded end is on the ground, and I'm like, all right, okay, stable. You do forget you're up there, though, but I was like, okay. You'll see I'm, like, adjusting them. And I just realized if you just flip them over onto the solid side, they're easier. And you could always do like crisscross figure eights, like do those two and then those two. There's, not that she loves doing figure eights, but teaching her about how she can travel with you to do them. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah, remember she used to use her horn? Yeah. Yeah. It should be her emotional rehabilitation, but she's not even her growing pains. Well, I will say, good thing that I started helping you with her when I did, because this personality just started, so that means when the hormones kicked in, whatever she was already doing was just going to get worse. There you go. And what you can do if you want is even practice when she, like, send her around that other one, and then go up with her, go up to the next set with her, so she can get her believing that you really do mean go straight. Good. Now, yep. So this time, when you go up to the next set, go up with her, not her kind of behind you still. So plan to be at her shoulder. So when you redirect her and get her at your shoulder. You shoulder to shoulder. There. See how she's already cutting in? There. Now, see, that's how you're going to convince her straight is what you want. Because she's such an assumer. There you go. Now, again, make her think you're going to go that way with her, and then she'll go more straight. You're a hot mess. like you could say, okay, you want to go sideways over this one, and then pick a different one somewhere else. And take her sideways to it, and then over it, and then, and do the different directions of sideways. Do the opposite, do the over side, and then do the away side. Because the more I think you get her to think you're having a conversation with her, the more she's going to enjoy trying to figure out what you want, as opposed to assuming she's seen this before, I know what to do. And then, like, I have a video of an older horse that I had with me, and we did it through cones. We slalomed or serpentine through cones, where I overed her this way, and we went ahead, and I got somehow on the other side of her, and I overed her through the cones this way. So I've been tweaking it really fast, it was more her overachieving than it was my intention to do it in a trot, but we can, you can take it up and like serpentine through here and then go over there, and there's all kinds of cool things that make her use her body that are because you thought it up, and then she's going to go, all right, I'm in, because I'm sure as soon as she sees that rope, she goes, I'm not in.
Yeah.
Right? And then you put her on the circle, and then she says, I'm definitely not into this.
Yeah.
So the more you're going to start seeing better expressions too, the more you do, you're going to still utilize all the movements, and then all you have to do is like believe in your intention is now to do it at a trot, to keep taking things up to a faster speed, but keeping her engaged at it. There you go. That was a nice turn in. Now, can you convince her you're going through? No. That's okay. If you can convince her you want her nose to, you're walking, you're going to walk together. Give her that impression that you plan on walking through there. There you go. Now go up to the next set together. There, that was the first real turn you had. Because your intention was different. Did you feel how she felt the intention was way different? Now go up to the next set and watch how she responds to your intention being different. There. When her face completely turned straight, like she gave up the idea that she's supposed to just go to the other cone, that's when she understands what you want. Give her the impression you're going to walk up there. There. See how her face turned? She did it a little pissy, but only because she was still assuming. Let her think you're going to walk up there. There. Those are the turns you want. And she plenty likes that too, so it's not like you're depriving her of love. She takes over leadership as soon as she says, pet my face. And she doesn't do it in a friendly face either when she demands. Good girl. now keep cueing her that way, because you were cueing her kind of in an over, but a driving over. When you were asking her to come this way, you were standing on this side of her, so it was an over, and then you were also doing this. So it's kind of a driving over. So in a way, I'm surprised she did it. So when you were wanting her to do it as a driving energy, you would have been on that side of her, pushing her that way.
Yeah.
So your energy could have been where it was a driving energy. So this would be a come energy, and you'd be on the side of her you want her to come to. But you were on the side of her you wanted her to come to, but you were giving her a driving energy. So I was actually impressed she did it, because it was what your intentions were. So she followed your intentions, because your energy and your communication was opposite of what she actually did. Which could be where you guys sometimes run into problems, because in the day that you did mean it to go away from you, she thinks come to you, because it meant it yesterday. You know what I mean? So there might be some gray that she's finding there. Just like kind of like we were finding that maybe your reward of releasing also looked like a correction, and that's why she was having a hard time with that too. Good girl. Oh, snotty girl. Perhaps. So you were curious about what we were going to do? So that's another thing you can work on, is making her yield out away from you. Because she's being allowed to get right up in your space, and that's kind of how that happened. She kind of said, not only am I in your space, I'm going to feel okay. And that's kind of a problem we were having with Rich, too. He wasn't yielding out on the circle. He was yielding coming into you like, hey. So stopping her front, I think there's some noise that she doesn't like, because I think there's a lot of stopping her front feet without maybe being effective. So there's a lot of noise about it, and yet it's not working. I just want to see something real quick about whether or not she can yield from a distance, because I don't want to. No, I said, not front feet. Not front feet. Good. Good. That's exactly what I wanted. That was very nice. Good. So now she's thinking back away instead of coming into your space. And so I want you to do that, because I want to make sure you can do that, because there's a lot of, when you're trying to get her to pay attention on the circle, there's a lot of stop force, and then, so that becomes it becomes white noise, but it's annoying. It's like music in the background that's really loud, or just like a bad beat. Where this, it was very corrective, and it meant back up to where now she's thinking back up, and I'm having to do a whole lot of getting her attention. I'm actually only looking for the yield. And then when she does go to step forward, I'm like doing something about that.
Yeah.
Well, I think the quieter we can be with her as far as just overall noise is going to be better for her. So that way when you do make noise, you can be as loud as you have to be because it's necessary for her, it seems. But in the same sense, it's really only like a listen to me, as opposed to hey, come on kids, come on, you know, like she's like really late. But I think there's a huge difference in her, what she's perceiving it to be. So give that a shot and see if you can't get her to believe. I'd rather, and if she takes 2 steps back, don't do anything about it. I'd rather her think backwards. Right, that was definitely better. See if you can, see if you can get her a little bit further away from you so that her turn out didn't still bring you guys this close together. Good. Put your energy on her shoulder when you give her the direction to leave so that she believes her shoulder's supposed to leave too. Because what happens is her head kind of says, all right, I'm leaving, but her shoulder doesn't. And then when her head straightens back up, she hasn't really left. It looked like she was going to, but since her shoulder didn't, so then when she straightens up, she's right here with you. Yeah, you're gonna, and in her case, since there's been a lot of noise, we're gonna wanna like turn the noise completely off and then blast it for a second. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna invite her to leave, and what you'll do is her head will turn, and she'll just assume she can do it however she's been doing it. But what you're gonna do is you're actually gonna take a step in there, and you are gonna tag her on the shoulder, and then act like you didn't do it. Okay? And then don't push on her after that. Just, it's one tag, and then act like, I don't know what happened. What happened? If she goes out on the circle, then the shoulder did what it was supposed to do. If she just starts to start her circle by coming kind of forward, then yeah. So you want to make sure that you tell her nose to turn, and when she goes to leave, you want to be like, hey, your shoulder's supposed to go with you. Okay? I know, I kicked it. I'm sorry. And Remy's coming over to play in the water. There, yes. And now act like you didn't do anything. And ask her to go. Good. There you go. Yep, so right there, you want to, so when you ask for that yield, and you could tell by her steps, she heard you, right? She's like, so that's when you would have went a bit, excuse me, did you not hear me? Okay, so that's what we're going to start doing with her, so that way we can take a lot of the other noise away, and we can just be like, excuse me, I was saying something. Okay. And just like when it was really good, I felt a little bit like you're still part of that energy after you hit her shoulder. You really want to just be like, you would tap somebody on the opposite shoulder. Yeah. That's what you want to do. You want her to really think that you didn't do that, okay? Shoulder. Yes, go. Leave her alone. See a difference in just her circle? That's okay. Don't reel her in though. Okay, hind yielder. Stop her. Yep, there. Now back her out. Just. And even your backup in that case, it's gonna be like it's all one thing. So see, your yield started here. And she had a chance to get spun all the way to here and kind of into you. So when you initiate the yield, you're only going to give her to like the cone to finish it. So when you feel that, those hind feet take a quicker step. When she knows, you can tell when she knows you're doing it. So, and make it like a step in yield. So that she feels kind of your energy saying, you better get that butt out of my way. And then as she takes those couple extra steps she's not supposed to, that's when you're going to take a tug this way, like you're going to tug her nose back the way I told you to stop over there. And then, give her one to tell her it's a backward heel. And then neutral. Your neutral is going to be like you saw when I was playing with the cone. That's when I was telling her, your neutral is so important to explain it to her. Go ahead and ask her again. I think you're probably going to be one more correction on that shoulder, and then I think you're probably done till the next time you play. Oh, you don't even need it. I don't care if she trots. Yep. Good. Ask her to go again. Yeah, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do a couple just in a row, just so she can get that. I'd rather think backwards when you. Yes, perfect. See, now it's just by intention, right? We don't want to smack the horse. We want her to believe that we will follow up on it if we have to, though. Go ahead and yield her. Okay, there's something too smooth about it. Let me see if I'll do it one more time with her and see if you can pick up on the lack of smoothness. There's just something smooth. Yeah, there's something smooth about it that we want her to kind of think it's an abrupt stop. So like I'm gonna just step in here. So what I did is I did fully pull her head that way. Okay, see if she'll do it a little bit better. So now she's going to associate that step in with that yank. Okay? See, with her, it's going to be, if we could just be loud once, she's going to get it, as opposed to noise. So we're going to have you try that. The first time you do it, it's going to be literally when you step, your step in wants to be where like you've got a dog pulling on you, yanking them back, okay? And trust me, it's not like, I'm not teaching you to be rough with your horse, I'm teaching you to have only effective movements that you don't have to keep repeating. Good. Now, she debated whether she had to do it. Did you feel the debate? Okay. Yes. And no grudge. And I would even ask you to have her do at least one step backwards just while we're teaching it. So that she feels that instead of coming to you to demand a scratch, she's going to step up. Yield her now. Get back, and make it where she does it. Good, yeah. So see how she thinks it's up for option? It's up for discussion? It's not, And these particular things, like this is a very dominant thing, this is a respect thing for you. And the more she thinks it's up for discussion, the more she's still telling you where she sees you on that pole. Okay, do one more. And if she debates that shoulder thing, yep, good, perfect. Anytime you can feel her debate, right? Yeah. Okay, so anytime you feel her debate, say, really? Did you want to debate that? Yes. Yes. Perfect, stop. Good. So neutral, just stay there, just stay there, just stay there. Now go pet her. I wanted her to do that. I wanted her to kind of digest what you said, because now she'll probably even lick and chew. I wanted her to digest what you said as not being mean, but she had to digest it kind of on her own. She had to feel a little independent about it. Okay, go ahead and do another one. Mean it about the shoulder. Good. And now what she's going to do, I'm going to say the next time she debates that, bite her. Because she's taking your bluff. Good. Unfortunately, it was at the mounting block, so she did have a concern there. But she gave you the horn, so you were able to kind of see that she was demanding it. Yeah. Okay, so this time if she debates it, go for the shoulder. Don't just threaten it, do it. Good. go relax so she knows she's ready. Good. As soon as that ear comes up, she settled into that she's doing the right thing. She's ready to yield. Don't do it at the cone, at the mounting block again though. Okay, go ahead and yield her now. Yes, back. Good. And stop. Stay neutral. Let her blow out or lower her head. Just give her a second to kind of process that. She did look at you, but she's kind of looking at you in the middle of it all. Don't stare her down though. Okay. She's trying. Okay, do one more and see if you don't have to yank her. Good. Good. Okay. Okay, so you can work on that as far as, like, have it in your mind that you will accept nothing less. Then she yields when you tell her to yield, and she backs up at least one step after she's completed the yield and made eye contact with you. At least one step. But try to do it all in, like, yeah, and it's all now. Because if it's flowy, okay, even like she just sort of started to think, you don't really mean it about the shoulder thing, because your intention was good the first time, and she respected your intention. Then your intention had a threat, but it was only a threat, and then she's like, you're not good. So then she got back to her pattern of not believing you're going to follow up. If you always make her believe you're going to follow up, she's not going to challenge you. She's going to keep challenging you for a little while, but as long as you just have it in your mind of come in here and I'm going to do this, and it looks like this, and I will accept nothing less, because you know she can do it. So, anything that you don't know she can do, obviously accept her efforts. But anything you know she can do, accept nothing less than what you've seen her do.
Okay. Yeah.
Right, and she's right. Right, and now she's, and in this mood change, she's finding herself feeling ranked higher. Yeah, and she's just like, and you're not coming with me, so, you know, she's like, I'll do what you want, but I'm not happy about it, as opposed to, yes ma'am, what can I do for you? You know, because we've had that. We know she can do that.
Yeah. And I'm
Our horses. And she gets bit enough that you know that it doesn't work with the other ones.
true.
But she's gonna try,
Yeah.
and they're pretty convinced they're above humans. So, and there's no reason to be abusive, but there's a reason to be assertive. Well, you're armed with a little more authority.
Yeah.
If you were losing your authority, she was taking it.
No, and I was
That was obvious when we first came out today. Even when I saw you doing her feet, I'm like, oh, maybe you always are cautious about doing her feet, but I felt the caution.
Yeah.
And then it just kind of came in here too.
Exactly.
Yeah. Now you're empowered again. And she's standing still, being a good girl. Okay, so today I have a lady coming at 11, so I do have to scoot. She's trailering in. And then we can go sometime after that if you want. I have the farrier coming at 2:30 for 3 horses, and only one of them is Chase. So the other 2 horses I don't have to hold or anything. So sometime between now, between 12 and say 3:30, I'm available, or it might he takes forever.
Okay.
Love him to death, but he talks too much.
That's fine.
Okay, so sometime between 12 and 3:30.
So, do you want to see right after the other one? Do you want to see 12 or?
Why don't we do like 1?
Okay.
This way, if I'm hungry or something, I can grab something to eat. I love, you know. Can we piss you off one more time? Nope. Like I said, the more you let her pack it, I know it might be a pain in the ass to bring it out all the time or whatever, but
No, I don't mind bringing it out.
the more you have her pack it, the less it's going to bother her.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. So, you know, you can have David hold her or something if you're worried about just trying to, because I did end up having to hold her for you. Or if she ties okay.
That was the first time she was that